It is race day in Darlington, South Carolina. You are taking a live look over the track Too Tough to Tame as we are just 4 hours away from the Bojangles Southern 500. Good afternoon and welcome to Darlington Race Day Live. I'm Joe Morano, joined alongside Julie Martin, Brennan Summers, and Rick Henry. You think of the Southern 500, especially on a weekend where the race is honoring past legends, Cale Yarborough has to come to mind right away. He's a South Carolina native and loved winning this race and won it 5 times. We got the chance to sit down with Cale and talk about how he got his start racing right here in the PD. If you're watching, you certainly know by now, NASCAR is home on NBC. That comes after NASCAR and NBC reached a 10-year agreement that gives NBC Sports exclusive rights to the final 20 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series races. We caught up with NBC Sports' own Kyle Petty, and he told us what the network plans to be bringing to the fans this season. And that's not the last you'll hear from Kyle Petty. We, of course, had to get his take on Darlington and what it takes to win here. That's coming up later on in the show. When we come back, the drivers know where they're going to start the race. We'll break down that starting grid. It's Darlington Race Day Live. Back in a bit. I'll tell you, NASCAR fans are unlike fans in any other sport. There's such variety within picking a favorite driver, and the access they get to the fans is truly something unique of any other professional sport as well. One of the most fun times we had putting together this show was finding out who fans support and how and why they support them. Take a look at what we have. Wherever NASCAR goes, so go the fans. Yet no matter the stop on the circuit, you'll never find a clear-cut favorite.
Well, my husband goes for Earnhardt Jr.
Forget about a home team playing a home game.
My oldest goes for Jimmy Johnson. My 2 youngest go for Danica Patrick.
The variety of favorite drivers is unlike any other.
I have been with Jeff since he started.
Dale Jr.
Kevin Harvick.
I pull for Carl Edwards.
Each one is represented, and in a variety of ways.
I've got all my Denny pennants here. They just started coming out with those past couple years. I got my Denny garage. Yep, I got my Denny Hamlin sticker right there on the outside the door. So everybody knows.
Tony go on the road with you?
Yes, he does.
Picking their favorite is a way of life for the fans, and everyone has a tie to their driver in their own unique way.
Denny Hamlin started racing in 2006, and that's when my daughter was born. So that's why he's my driver. I've been pulling for him ever since.
Well, I kind of inherited it. I've always been an Earnhardt fan, and Earnhardt fan since the first days of senior driving.
Dale Earnhardt. Plus, it was the first pedicure I'd ever had in my life.
I lost a daughter in 1998, and she had been rooting for the number 16 Family Channel car, which is with Ted Musgrave driving. So in her honor, I chose the 16 car to root for since then.
And another aspect of the NASCAR fan is loyalty.
You know, look, it's Dale's a great driver. I mean, I think he's #1. That's it. You know, it's all in a nutshell.
Even with a little debate,
He ain't that much of a good driver. He got everything because of his daddy, you know. He's not a real driver.
everyone sticks by their guy no matter the results.
If anyone talks crap about him, I'm there to defend him because I'm a New Yorker.
And it's been 10 years of ups and downs and troubles as well. NASCAR fans are noted for being very dedicated to their sport, very dedicated to their drivers, and supporting the products that they advertise.
And as the race for the chase is coming to a close, the intensity just gets higher. Now, there aren't too many people that know better of what's going on at Dillon Motor Speedway than our next guest, Hunter Thomas. He's the PR director there, but also is the managing editor of fourthturn.com. He's our NASCAR expert for the afternoon. And I got to ask, because running fourthturn.com, a lot of work. How many races have you been to this year?
Oh, man, we kicked off the season with the media tour in Charlotte. That was back in January. And then the NASCAR Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Then right after that, it was off to Daytona for the Daytona 500, Atlanta Motor Speedway. So I've been to, this is my 8th race this season. We'll do about 10. But the website actually attends about 40% of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series schedule.
April 2014, that is the last time there was a NASCAR race here. Mm-hmm. You're a PD guy, a PD native. How excited are you for this tonight?
Oh, man, we're back at Labor Day. Yeah, it's this is awesome because this tradition. You know, I was 13 years old. You know, back in 2003. So I remember seeing Terry Labonte win, and that was the last day race, I think, besides the Xfinity Series race that I think I've been to here at Darlington Raceway. Man, it just doesn't get any better than this. The hype, the throwbacks, is just perfect.
And I see you're taking part in that as well.
Yeah. Got to get the seersucker, and I got the the Dale Earnhardt hat and everything.
That's fantastic. Let's leave that on up here. That's not bad. I'm going to try these on later on. Maybe I'll shoot this later on as well when I cover that. That'll be pretty good. What's the strategy that some of these drivers need to do to emerge victorious? We all know Darlington, one of the tougher tracks out there to handle.
Well, I'll tell you, this is going to be a really interesting race because NASCAR is using a package, an aero package that has less downforce. So you'll see drivers, they'll be slipping and sliding. And that's when you'll see the dirt trackers who grew up doing midgets and dirt late models. I think they're going to be the ones who are victorious at the end. Clint Boyer is one to really watch. He's on that bubble. He's in 15th place. That's the last one, last position before you get into the chase because Kyle Busch is inside the top 30. So that's where it starts heating up.
Yeah, 2 races left. Things are getting tense. That's what I also love about Darlington being so late in the schedule. It's this scramble now to get into that chase.
Absolutely, and Eric Almirola, Darlingtonian crew chief Trent Owens is his crew chief. So, I mean, they're 35 points away. I actually did a story on them this week, and they're cool, they're calm right now, but 35 points is a lot if Clint Boyer has a really good race tonight.
Real quick, I need a pick from you. Who do you have tonight?
Man, that's a tough one.
We'll give you some
I'm going to go with Kyle Larson. I think he'll do it in that throwback. You can call it Kyle Petty throwback or the Days of Thunder Mellow Yellow 42 car. I think he'll get it. He has a lot of dirt track experience.
Thank you so much. We'll give you your hat back, all right?
Absolutely.
Hunter Thomas, managing editor of FourthTurn.com. Thank you for your time. Enjoy tonight, all right?
Absolutely.